We're live.
Oh! Good morning. Welcome to my kitchen. So welcome to the Ranch Facebook Live for our NWA Gives. Right now, I'm preparing our little piggy her breakfast. Some of you don't know that we have a piggy, but we rescued a piggy last July, and she's been on a special diet ever since. So we'll go out and meet her here in a little bit. But right now, because there's not a lot of fresh produce, I give her I give her frozen vegetables, which I heat in the microwave for her, and then I put a couple supplements in there. So this is how our morning goes for Miss Violet. And we always try to start the morning with something. And Audra was very nice and brought me a non-fat latte, which I'm going to drink. Okay, so pigs, you know, it's, you think of piggies and you think you can throw them table scraps and all this stuff and just, you know, random leftovers. You really can't do that because it's not healthy for them, for the domestic, like this, she's a pot-bellied pig. You know, I don't know really anything about hogs or farm pigs or anything, but when I was doing some research on how to care for this pig, since I had no idea, I got a good handle on what things are healthy and what you shouldn't do. This is not an indoor pig, by the way. She has her own little pen out with the sheep. So I'm giving her a mixture of mixed berries and then mixed vegetables. Now she varies. In the summer when there's fresh produce, she gets tomatoes and she gets some lettuce and carrots and broccoli, cauliflower, things like that are fresh. She loves zucchini and squashes. You have to just be careful of sugar content on all these things. So she only gets like a fruit once a day because I don't want her to get all fat again. So cover this, and I put this in the microwave and spill it because I'm so nervous. It's been a long time since we did a Facebook Live. I don't think I've done a Facebook Live from the new place yet.
No.
So this is like the first one.
I think the last time we did one was NWA Gives last year.
Oh, was it? Oh gosh. If you guys have any questions, shoot them on here and Audra will read them to me and I can answer them for you. Don't be shy, just pop them out there. I know a lot of you are probably at work and stuff, but if you have a question, let me know and I'll be glad to answer it.
So what's the story of Violet?
Okay, Violet, there was a man, when we moved here, we had some scrap metal and we had hauled off a bunch, but we had put a post on the Facebook for if anyone wanted to come get this stuff. We're tired of going to the junk, you know, to getting rid of it. So this little sweet little man showed up one day and he called and he came over and he took away a couple loads of scrap, and he's a basket maker. So after he did that, it was a couple days, and then he called Steve and he says, you wouldn't take a pot-bellied pig, would you? And of course Steve is always the wrong person to call about rescuing an animal. But if it wasn't for Steve, we'd have a million that we couldn't feed. So, I mean, let's be fair. So anyway, we went over and saw this pig. This man was taking care of it for his son, and his son was always gone. And this was an elderly little man, and he was having to go feed her and water her twice a day and check on her, and it was just kind of too much. So we went and looked at her, and my heart just broke. She was so fat, she's blind because her folds covered her eyes, and she didn't get around very well, and her little hooves are all overgrown and everything. And I just looked at Steve and I said, well, we can't leave her here. So a couple weeks later, we went with the trailer, and the poor pig, she didn't know what was going on. There's no way to make him understand that we're doing a good thing. And she was just overwhelmed, frothing at the mouth, scared to death. And when we got her home, I cleaned her up and I showed her where her pen was. And she didn't eat for a few days because she was scared and out of her element and didn't have her little house that she used to have. But slowly and surely, she started to come out of her shell. She's lost some weight. She's not really a fan of the sheep, but my neighbor across the road has a barn cat that's taken up residence here and loves the pig, and the pig loves the cat. So the cat spends a lot of time out there with Piggy. So it all worked out. But that's basically Violet's story. I'm getting her vetted. Well, I'm actually waiting for the vet to give me a day that she can come out, and we're going to get her all straightened out, get her hooves trimmed. I would have done this sooner, but as life has happened to us this past year, and so I wasn't able to get that done. So, okay. Now we have warmed up foods. So she has her very own little bucket. It's a bright sunny yellow. And I just kind of dump the little things in there. And then she gets this mini pig skin and coat supplement. Pigs have really, really dry skin. And so I've been trying to think of things that I can give her to help with that. She also gets a little bit of coconut oil. And so we just pour that in there. And it's about a tablespoon that I give her. And then I add 1 cup of the Maori mini pig food pellets to this. And she's happy as a pig in slop. So there we are. We're going to go out and feed. So thanks for watching.
Okay.
Hey, what?
You're live.
Oh, there's just no good way to do this. All right, well, anyway, we're going to feed Miss Piggy now. She has this little pen that she likes, and she can come out of it if she wanted to. What she doesn't like is when the sheep come in it, but, you know.
Hi, Piggy, Piggy. Hi, Piggy. Hi, sweet Piggy.
She's so sweet. But if you would have seen her last year, her stomach dragged the ground. And so did her jaw, her little jowly things. Are you hungry? She's like, yeah, what do you think this is?
There's the cat.
Hi, Princess.
So, the tail, I love her little tail. So this is Violet Pig. And she has her face just covered with this shaving. They like to bury their head. So she has a blanket. This is her piggy palace that Steve built for her before winter.
Hi, baby.
And she loves getting in there, and she loves rooting around and getting all buried. But you can see she's not your tiny piggy. So when they're this big, if you don't want them to do something, good luck, because they kind of just, you can't. I don't wrestle pigs with big teeth, and she kind of has big teeth, but she doesn't have tusks, which is nice. But she has enough teeth for me to be concerned if I needed to be.
What, Piggy?
And I had a spoon out here that I would scrape the bottom of the pan, and she would eat off the spoon, but at some point that spoon went missing. It was a big, fat, thick wooden spoon, and I can't find another one. So she has to just scrape it herself. Now, admittedly, that was a little spoiling her on my part, but show me an animal here that doesn't get a little bit of spoiling. Anyhow, I never really knew much about pigs, and I did not know I would love a pig so much. But she is a character, and they're just real fun. Pigs are supposed to be social animals. She's not extremely social, and I think part of that is because she can't see. But we're gonna investigate that further. So one of the goals that we have for the ranch is we have our orchard started, which we still need some apple, pear, and peach trees for that. But we also are going to do vegetable gardening, and we're going to do it. The ground is so rocky that we're going to do it in water tanks like we did in the prayer garden at the old place. Only this time we're going to be a little bit more knowledgeable about what we're putting in there. Our goal is to raise fresh vegetables for the families and also for her, because it's expensive to buy frozen vegetables all winter long, and it's also expensive to buy the fresh produce. And I'm not going to feed her rotten stuff. You know, I mean, I could go to different stores. If it's a little expired, that's one thing, but I'm not going to feed her rotten food. Nobody likes to eat rotten food, and I'm not about to do that. So, the goal is to be able to raise some fresh produce that we can have for her, and then she would be more self-sufficient for me to feed. It would be more sufficient for me to feed. But she eats fairly quickly, as you can see. She really likes food. When it's not cold or anything, she likes to go out into the pasture and root around. She kind of sticks to the fencing because she knows the parameters of that. But they'll root around and pick up scrubs.
Oh, there she is. Where you going, Piggy? Where you going, Piggy? Huh? Where you going, Barbie?
Cute little piggy butt.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Where you going, little girl? Yeah.
So does anybody have a question about Piggy?
So far, no.
Okay.
She is dusty.
It's real windy out here today, so it might be kind of hard to hear some of these quotes, but we'll do our best.
Trying to protect
The sound.
the microphone as much as possible.
So the one thing that you'll notice about these Facebook Lives is that we're in our natural. This is how we are all. I'm not the best with technology, so these are kind of, I don't know. But anyway,
So, Violet, are you going to turn around and say hi? Can you turn around and say hi? Huh? Can you turn around and say hi, Piggy? Hi, Piggy.
so she loves belly scrubs. Sometimes she'll lay down. One of my favorite things that she does is if I scratch right here, she'll pick up this foot. Okay, so that's kind of making her mad right now. I shouldn't do that.
How are you, Piggy?
She knows, she can sense somebody else is in here, even if she can't see him. So she's,
Can I scratch your foot?
Precious. You're not the star of the show.
oh, here we go. Here we go. So anyway, there's our pig. We're gonna go get some hay and feed the rest of them, and we'll come back later. Like I said, welcome to our world.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, what? 3 for 3.
Okay, so we've had some interesting developments today. Right now we're outside of Ember Mountain Coffee getting some coffee and some chai tea because we're here. And I like this place. But, okay, so far, to the best of my knowledge, y'all have helped us raise $2,500. And somebody, and I don't know who you are, but you're amazing, put $2,000 on our account at Webb's Feed and Seed here in Pea Ridge. I had no idea. I don't know when it happened, and I don't know who you are, but I was in shock. Poor little Dalton over there that works there, he's like, yeah, it's real. I'm like, but who would do that? So I am so grateful, and I needed a latte to calm my nerves about that, because I'm like, who could do that? Who are you? You're so kind, and that's huge, because when I go to the feed store, it's a big order, usually every time. Today, all we got was shavings, but that's not normal. Usually it's like way more things. So, yeah, so we're gonna head back to the ranch, and it's real windy, but we're gonna try and go around the ranch and show you the ranch and say hi to all the animals. I know I gotta say hi to the sheepies, because Mary's gonna want to see those sheepies. One thing I don't have is some animal crackers for the sheepies. I know that sounds weird, but they really like those cookies. And then, yeah, we'll show you the property. We'll go from field to field, and we'll show you a few projects that we're up to, and there's that. So, yeah, that's our update for right now, and I'm done. And there's Abby. I forgot. Abby got here. Yeah, say big hi. Hi, big. Big hi. Big hi. Oh, I'm just overwhelmed. Turn it off.
Welcome back to the Facebook Lives, where Abby has an announcement. Abby, what just happened to you?
A lot of stuff.
Nothing that hasn't happened to everybody else.
Not me.
Head bumping and, noises and falling down and much laughter.
Could it be possible that you might have hit your head on the top of a garage door while trying to be awesome and stand on top of the mule?
That definitely happened.
Okay.
I'm drinking coffee on my sleeve.
You're very special.
All right, so we're gonna. Okay, enough of that. So we're gonna start out with our barn. So, this is an amazing barn, and all of the, if y'all remember our other little barn, it was just that 4-stall run-in, kind of open-ended thing. So we took all of the wood that all the kids had written scripture on, we pulled it out of the barn, stacked Okay, so yeah. Oh, sorry.
We're back at
We
it.
had a glitch. So here's the tack barn, and it looks a lot like the old tack barn, but it's not the same one. And then over here is our orchard, the beginning of our orchard. And this is a memorial orchard for my son who passed away last July. So we have apple trees. We need 3 more of those. And then we have pear trees right here, and we need 3 more of those. And then peach trees, and we need 4 more of those. And then so out here, and after we get the fruit trees planted, this whole area is going to be above ground gardens, and we're going to grow our vegetables. And then looking this way, and the wind is really tough. I hope it's not too loud, but anyway, this area is going to be parking, and then the round is going to be set up, and then we're going to have a riding arena. It's not going to be like your big fancy, but it's going to be a space that we could have at least 3 horses ride in. So 3 of the kids at least can be in the arena at the same time, and then if that's what they want to do, or and then we can have some kids in the round pen with horses, racing horses. So this is the first of the pastures, and this is where the 2 mares and the mini horses are. And we're gonna go through this gate here.
She's still alive.
Audra is gonna unlock the gates. I don't know. She's Facebooking. It's hard to do a gate. Audra, why don't you look? Okay. All right, we're coming.
Look at these lovely ladies over here. Lovely people. Please hold. We're waiting. Thank you. Did I just feel rain? Could have possibly felt rain.
Alright. So we're gonna take you on the fence line of this pasture where the bears and the minis are. So we go along here. We have such a beautiful big space. So we had this fence right here put in last year when we moved in. Brandon Stanley put it in for us. He did an amazing job. This is our sweet neighbors, and she's got her garden going. She's been out here working constantly. And she has this big greenhouse. Someday I would love to have a greenhouse just like this. It's awesome. She's got all her little plants in there, getting ready to get them planted. So we're gonna come down here and open the gate. So these horses have access to this big area, and then the area across from there. We eventually want to take out this fence here and this fence that goes this way and extend it all the way. We're going to make it a little wider and then extend it all the way back to the back end of this field. Okay, Abby, can you open this gate? And I think it swings in out instead of in. And watch out, here comes that Timmy guy. we got some interlopers here.
Gideon's like, I want to help.
Okay. So this is also part of our property, this little road. And then this is where the horses are as well. And we have some jobs like picking up all these rocks. And it's not the most favorite job on the place, but it's something that we really need to get done. So before.
I don't know if I've been down here.
This is actually the outside of our property. It would be neat to kind of extend the fences some more, but that'll be another time. And this is where the geldings are. This is their front pasture. Take a little ride down this way. And our property actually goes right through this holler here, but we don't need that, so we're not messing with that. It really annoys me that, oh, are we still filming?
We went back.
Oh God, did you get me screaming Shorty?
No, I did
Oh,
not.
good, that's good.
Well, you just called it out though. So
Well.
now everybody knows you went Shorty.
So we have some of the funds that we raise today also go towards the equipment upkeep. Like this mule that we're using today, we got a really good deal on it, and it's got a hydraulic lift for the bed. So when we scoop pasture and stuff, or scoop poop out of the stalls and stuff, it, you know, I can press a button and it goes up. However, it keeps overheating. So right now we're kind of standing here because it's overheating. I was hoping some of these horses would come over. Woo! And they might if I look like I have coffee.
And we are live.
And here's Freedom. So this will be our last Facebook Live. It's been a long, windy day. And so the outside Facebook Lives were kind of, I'm sorry if they were like wind drenched. But anyway, oh, that tastes really good. So I decided to bring Freedom in tonight because, little man, because we have intermittent showers and it's really, really, really windy. And I don't want him to get cold and wet. He loves being wet, but with it being windy and all that, I don't really want him to necessarily be out in the wet. I don't want to baby the little guy. Although, Freedom has been scratching himself on the Velcro to close his hay bag. Good job, dude. So, anyway. So, Abby and Audra helped me get everybody fed. And so yeah, good night from Precious. Gracie. Yeah. So, we're going to just put these guys to bed, and they're eating happily. Ladybug's over there eating happily. Nothing makes her happier than eating, that's for sure. So, I want to thank everybody who donated today, and it's pretty humbling, the people who donated and helped to support what we do with the kids in our community. I'm super stoked that we're going to be able to open this year. We still have a lot of work to do to get to that point, but we got a few weeks left to get it done, and I'm really excited to start signing up kids. And if you're looking for a volunteer opportunity for the summer, we're going to be open June through August, and we're looking for volunteers 16 and up, some younger, on a case-by-case basis, to do our mentorship sessions with our kids. And I just want to remind everybody that what we do in the way of taking care of our animals and rehabbing rescue animals, and then having the kids work with those animals, everything we do free of charge to the community. So all of our sessions are free of charge. We don't charge anybody for anything. So it's super, super huge when we have these fundraisers and have such awesome people in the community donate, because that's what keeps us going year after year after year. And we've been doing this since 2009, so it's been pretty fun. And I have like tons of kids that are like my kids, and so I just want to thank you again. So you have until 8 p.m. tonight to continue your donations. Keep sharing our videos and sharing all of our shenanigans. There was a lot more shenanigans off camera, because there's always more off camera. But it was so windy that we couldn't record a lot of the shenanigans. But anyway, I just want to thank you again, and we'll see you later.